I know you are a very busy freelancer, so thank you for coming in.
No problem.
I want to talk to you about your incredibly annoying email.
What was incredibly annoying about it?
First of all, my name is Joe Cohane, not Jill Coltrane.
Oops.
Second, I work at Esquire magazine, not Horse and Hound.
Oops.
This error suggests, number 1, that you're using a form letter in your communications to editors.
Busted.
You are going to cut and paste yourself right out of a career, if you keep this up.
It's faster. Whatever. I don't see what the big deal is. You should be worried about the content, not the packaging.
The packaging reveals something about your work ethic. If you don't care enough to get my name right, what else won't you get right? What kind of work can I expect from you?
Harsh.
I mean, do I look like a Jill to you?
I guess not.
Correct. I do not. Number 2. Just FYI, editors do not like it when a writer sends an email saying, "I hope you will keep me in mind for good stories."
What's wrong with that? I do hope you'll keep me in mind. That's why I wrote to you. To ask you to keep me in mind.
I would like to tell you what happens when editors get an email like that. First, we club something, maybe a piece of office equipment, maybe a colleague. It doesn't really matter, as long as we club something.
Harsh.
Then, we stick our head out the window and just start shrieking without purpose.
I think I've actually heard that happen. I thought it was somebody being murdered.
Then, after we have lost all ability to scream, we go back to our desk and weep a little. Then, we begin to type out a response, sort of explaining why it is such a terrible idea to write to Jill Coltrane and tell her to keep you in mind for big stories. At first, we try to be understanding, because most of us have been where you are, as a writer.
Excellent.
But then we realize that we would never email an editor and say, "Please keep me in mind for stories."
Why not?
Why don't you guess?
Because it never occurred to you to do something so awesome?
No.
Because the internet didn't exist when you started out in journalism?
No. Well, yes. But no.
Because you are not as enterprising and resourceful as me?
As I. You were not as enterprising and resourceful as I.
But I was enterprising and resourceful. That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's easy to send all those form letters? It's exhausting.
When you send such a letter you appear lazy.
Man, you are so uptight.
Only when a writer emails me to say please keep me in mind for stories. Or when somebody talks shit about Buck Owens.
I don't even know what we are talking about anymore.
Look. The best approach is to find great stories and convince us that you are the writer to do them. Convince. Not persuade. There is a difference.
I don't care.
Also, you need clips.
But how am I supposed to get clips unless you give me stories?
Let me ask you this. How many magazines have you worked for?
0.
How many newspapers or websites have you worked for?
0.
What, exactly, have you even written?
Well, let's see. Grocery lists, tweets, Facebook posts, emails. Once, I wrote "wash me" on the side of a really dirty semi.
And what is your reporting background?
I once used Google to look up my ex-girlfriend.
And you want to be kept in mind for big stories?
Yes. I am confident.
You are delusional.
You are being weird.
I am sorry. But the only way to get the attention of editors is to do great work. Anyway. God. I'm so depressed now. But who knows? Maybe you'll thank me for this someday.
Maybe you'll work for me someday. Haha. Just kidding. No, really. Kidding. Please don't hurt me.